Hey folks, welcome back to another Dice Tower preview. I'm Mark, and today we're taking a look at Express Route, which is brought to you by the app. It's for 1 to 4 players, ages 10 and up, and games generally run about 60 minutes. Throughout the 1950s, catalog shopping from home has become all the rage of modern convenience, but long shipping times and demanding customers are a problem. Here at Express Route Delivery Service, we seek to revolutionize the shipping industry with a space-age network of automated driverless trucks and planes. You and your team of recent hires are tasked with staffing the control panels to keep the system running efficiently enough to meet the growing demands. First and foremost, this is a team effort, and all employees will cooperate and think strategically to grow our new automated shipping company. Customers will use our company to ship packages around the United States. As more shipping requests come in, the overall demand on our infrastructure will increase. To succeed here at Express Route, you must use your specialist abilities and make strategic upgrades to our equipment to stay ahead of the demand. To win, you must fill the delivered package track with packages before either the demand exceeds the limit or there are no event cards left at the start of a player's turn. Will you fall behind or will you deliver the future? So this game is all about delivering packages. That is how you win. This package track at the top of the board is where you will be delivering those packages once you bring them to the certain city that is required. Now the thing here is that those packages also can be used as currency in order to buy upgrades, which we'll take a look at in a minute. But just know that you have some interesting choices to be made as you fill this out. Now the first 4 slots of this track you have to fill first, and then you can go after the next section of slots. But every game, those are requirements around those slots are going to change. Here we have in place that the first 2 slots require that both those packages are delivered on the same turn, and the last 2 slots can only be low demand packages. So you need 8 packages in total in order to win the game. Of course, there's a couple ways to lose. Like we talked about, you run out of events cards, or you happen to go too high on the demand track, and we'll take a look at how those work as well. So those are the basics, and what I'm going to show you here is the free play mode. These are just to get your feet wet, to learn the basics of how the game works, but at the back of the rule book are several different types of scenarios that you can tap into for even more challenges. So let's take a look at packages. Now, one of the neat things here is that all the packages on their back side will have a QR code. You can scan it to see what the package is that you're delivering. It's not required for play, it's just a nice little feature they've added to the game. So when you pick these up, you're going to be placing them in cities. It shows you the city that they're going to start in at the bottom of the tile. Now, this is on the back side. When you flip these tiles over, then it'll show what their destination is. So you can't know that before you place them, which is key because you don't know how you're going to strategize and move your different delivery vehicles around the board. Also, there are 2 different classifications of these packages. You've got low demand and high demand. So on the low demand, you're going to have a value of 1 to 3. On a high demand, they're going to be a value of 4 to 6, which is key for several things. As they come out into the board, your demand will raise based on that number, as well as when you finish and complete a delivery of a package, you'll have that number available in order to buy an upgrade. So again, setup in this game is going to be variable based on what scenario you're playing or just this free play mode, but every player will get a control panel. And there's some tokens here. You have range tokens and you have load tokens. The range ones just show how far the vehicles can move. However, planes work a little differently. Planes can move to any one airport, one movement, so they can fly to anywhere they want across the country, so to say, and pick up packages and so forth. But those tokens were going to show what the range is, as well as how much you can load in a vehicle. Now you can be upgrading those things, which means everyone gets upgrades when these upgrade cards come into play. They can encompass the range of vehicles, they can be the load capability of vehicles, and there's some special ones here as well as batteries, level 1, level 2, giving you some of those purple batteries, so you have multiple things that you can do on your turn. Now you're going to start with 3 of the gray batteries, and we'll take a look at how those work in a minute, but that is your main basic control panel. But everyone also gets their own operator specialist card. I chose the pilot because I want more plane options, so I can basically visit 2 cities, but I can also put out another airport anywhere I choose. And those specialists do all kinds of different things. So many different ones to choose from, and they can really help and aid you, and then also give you some variability in play every time you come back to the table. So at the start of your turn, you're gonna be taking orders from active callers. You have this whole row at the bottom of the board showing you how this works. So you have incoming callers, you have low demand and high demand packages, and you have slots that are available. Only 2 to start in the game. The other 2 are locked, or other 3 are locked, and you're gonna have to upgrade to have more slots available. So those cards are upgrade cards you can acquire by spending your packages. You have the Phone Bank 1 and Phone Bank 2. So again, those are a couple special cards where you have to use them in that order. You have to upgrade level 1, then level 2. But these packages will come out here and you'll know where they're going to start, but you're not gonna know what their destination is. And then you'll take a look at the demand track. Here we're in green, but it could be yellow, it could be red, and you'll base what you're doing on the current demand level. So here it's green, and we're gonna be able to add 2 packages to the country. First, we take one, flip it over, and add it to its starting city. And we refill the slot. Again, based on the demand, we'll tell you how those slots get filled in. And then you can place another one. And that's really what you're doing on this part, but then you quickly follow that with the number value of the package that gets put into play. That will move the demand track up. And again, that's one of the ways you can lose the game if you move it up too fast. If demand is too great and you're not delivering packages to fulfill your package delivery row. And then you'll pull an event card and do what it says. So it could just be nothing, or it could be like this one that is no travel in or through the southeast region because of high record temperatures going on. So that could really limit what you're trying to do and deliver packages and so forth. But there are only 24 of these, at least in this free play mode. And it is one of the ways you can lose the game is if you run out of these event cards. And there's 2 levels to them, 1 and 2, and you're gonna be stacking the deck and so forth in the setup. But as you move through these, things can get increasingly harder. There's some that are just no effect at all, but every player on their turn will reveal a new event. And then the last part of your turn is to spend batteries in order to perform the actions with the different vehicles. So you only have 3 batteries to start with, gray ones, but there are purple ones which would allow you to do 2 things or 2 movements perhaps, or 2 load and delivery actions with the same vehicle. Otherwise you're gonna have to split up things and share the load, so to say, with all the players at the table. One player may move the vehicles into position, the other player may then load, and then next player would then unload in the proper places and move the vehicles around. So it's some interesting choices for sure. So you're gonna have those 3 basic batteries. You gotta make choices about where you move or what you load or unload into the vehicles. Now, when you're loading packages into a vehicle, you have these different cards where are related to the different colored vehicles. And you'll see that there's locked spots on these as well. Again, that's another upgrade option you could potentially do. But you'll be adding these to the cargo bays of the different vehicles. And then that vehicle will be loaded up and you'll be moving it to its destination in order to deliver it, so you can add that package to the package row at the top of the board. Then at the end of your turn is simply a cleanup. You'll gather the batteries that you played this turn and get ready for the next time you get to activate your control panel. And the event that was in play will then get discarded and the next player will go. Now, through the course of play, you can do any upgrades that you see fit, collectively choosing to do these different upgrades. Once you do, you'll pay the cost, you'll discard the package that was in play, and you will activate whatever that upgrade bonus is. Then you'll take the card and flip it over and put it at the bottom of the board, showing that that upgrade has been activated and used. So those are really the basics of play, and you hope that you're working collectively well enough in order to fulfill the package row. And there's definitely some nice variation in play based on the different types of characters, the different specialists, as well as how this package row plays out. You know, a lot of different requirements that could happen here when you set up the game. All right, folks, just a reminder once again, this has been a Dice Tower paid preview, and everything you've seen here is done and ready to go. This game can be ordered. Go check out their website if you want more information. Now, for me, I like the fact that this game feels like a race. You're racing against the demand track, you're racing against the event deck, and you're trying to fulfill the packages that are required, but also spending them wisely in order to get those proper upgrades, because those upgrades are key. They really do help, because you want to upgrade your panels so you have further range, you can add more packages to your vehicles, and so forth. The specialists also really nice touch to the game, giving you a lot of different abilities and some setups specifically for you, the player. I like that a lot. So there's some interesting aspects here. Cooperative games really are one of my favorite type of games, so this works for me. But folks, ultimately, if it looks like something of interest to you, I'm sure they'd appreciate your support. So I think that's it for me, and until next time, we'll see you at the table.